Discussion on this?
Oh, we can have a discussion, not a debate, but we can discuss it. Go ahead. Mr. Bainter, you have the...
Yeah, I thought we were all about having discussions.
Oh, okay, discussion.
Thank you. I've got a statement I want to read, and I'm the one that brought this up in the beginning because we had a almost similar situation on the former board with Mrs. Reese, and we did get legal opinions on this, and I cannot refer to those legal opinions for confidentiality reasons for Mr. Ellis. But I can say that the board bylaws, and we're looking into the possibility the board bylaws are not necessarily the highest authority, that the Ed Code may trump the bylaws. And so that's still being looked at. But I do have a comment I'd like to read. I'd like to have it in the record, so there's ever a legal issue coming up in the future, we have this on the record. First, let me say that I fully understand that it is at the discretion of the individual board members to decide if they are in violation of conflict of interest laws. However, I would hope that in this case Mr. Ellis would reconsider and take the more conservative approach. I say this for the following reasons. If his position is legally challenged and he does not prevail, then it would be possible that any and all contracts approved by the board that he participated in could be deemed null and void, including bargaining unit contracts. Number two, there is the appearance of impropriety that leads to ethical questions. And number three, there are potential criminal penalties that Mr. Ellis could face and possible disqualification from the board if his appeal would fail. I'd like to ask Mr. Ellis for the record if he ever asked for or received a legal opinion on this conflict of interest issue from the California School Boards Association, which is the state organization which is best suited to look out for the legal interests of school boards and their members. That's just really a yes or no answer from the School Boards Association.
I did not contact the CSBA. I did contact the Legal Division of California Department of Education. And when I contacted them, the Chief Counsel referred me to Government Code 1090 into Ed Code 35233, and he said these are written for school board and the public. They are not written in lawyerese, and they are what they say they are. And I'm willing to face any consequences or criminal time if that should come to bear.
Let me add, I did call the CSBA, and I apprised Dr. Kennedy that I did. I made 2 calls 3 weeks ago. I made 1 call, no response. I called again, no response.
And I just want to say that I've also made some contacts within our other neighboring school board district, Beaumont, regarding some same issues. They had the same situations. They have the same legal defense as we do, and yet they still have not had an issue regarding any kind of conflict of interest. So I would like to put this on record that I support any governing board member, as long as it's not a direct conflict of interest, as to vote.
Okay, any more discussions, or we move on?
I would like to share something. You know, this is a very difficult situation, and it seems to be cut and dry on both sides. And my opinion, and when I read this, I certainly see Larry's side and that he would be able to vote. And then I listened to what Wendell said, and then our legal counsel had given us information as well and what they felt. And I really feel that we need to look at the appearance, and I think we had a meeting today with our Personnel Commission about the appearance of conflict of interest. I have a sister that actually works at the Bainter High School. Now, based on the information that our board bylaws that Larry just read, I would have the opportunity to actually vote. But because of the appearance of the conflict of interest and people, just the appearance of conflict of interest, I'm choosing not to vote at all as it relates to CSEA and the bargaining agreements. And not to say again that I'm wrong or right, but I think that a lot of the times when we're dealing with bargaining units and we're dealing with employee associations, a lot of things are brought up and challenged because of the appearance of a conflict of interest. So that's my 2 cents. And again, I respect you, Larry, to go ahead and do what you feel is best.
I have one last comment. And I was at that Personnel Commission meeting today, and I think they did a very good job of the perception of it. And I don't believe they've had the chance to fully disclose. This board operates on transparency, and tonight you are seeing transparency. You have a board of trustees. This question was brought up at one of the forums. Mr. Ellis is addressing that to the open public and the video viewers of this community. Transparency, stating up front and sharing with you the information that he had that allowed him to move forward. Transparency, transparency. Thank you. Next item. Additional community comments. We have a, Miss, sure, we have, that's an open thing, yes. Come on down. Would you please introduce yourself, Miss Lewis?
I keep hearing impropriety, appearance, and that kind of thing. And I'm really concerned because all of a sudden now, even a member that was present when a decision was made to give money to an organization, one of the board members voted on that and then became an employee, the head employee of that organization. I heard nothing about impropriety, nothing about the appearance of something being done wrong at that time. And I'm just wondering, why is that coming up now? I don't really quite understand. And I'm concerned about ethics. I don't even know if the school board is bound by ethics. Do you take an ethics course? If so, then the thing that happened in the past was never even brought up about a board member voting on an issue of money to go out. I don't know if there was a contract involved. But when that money went out, the board member took a position with that organization and remained on the board. I never heard anything about impropriety. I never heard anything about an ethical question. And now we're having a concern about a board member who comes forth and tells that his wife is teaching or is an employee of the district. He's up front and he's letting everyone know. And all of a sudden now, there is some impropriety or an appearance of doing something illegal or wrong. I don't quite understand it. So if it's a concern now, it should have been a concern before when some of these improprieties were being done. Just wanted to make a statement.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. At this time, we have an additional request to address the board at the additional community comment section. And Mark Orozco, please. Let's welcome Mark.
Thank you, Board. If I may kind of jump off topic here, as a from the neighboring district on the Beaumont School Board, I'm in a similar position as Mr. Ellis here, and we have 3 board members currently who have family members who are employed in the district. We too looked into this case, and I went with Mr. Ellis' step here, and by letting the community know transparently that my wife did work for the district, we did look into it, and I had success reaching CSBA with Mr. Sanchez here, giving me some of the contacts. But it has to do with appearances as well, but there is no legality and conflict at all. It's a great challenge to be here as a board member and having to deal with a lot of the issues that we're faced with as today. But I commend Mr. Ellis, and I don't see, at this point, no conflict at all, just from my experiences on the board.
Okay.
Okay.